AITA for saying my last goodbyes to a kid I used to nanny for. I, 28F, have been the nanny to this sweet little kid Franny, 8, for the past 3 years. She's honestly such an angel, and I was super lucky to get to take care of her since we got along well, and she never really started any trouble. It was also nice since they live in the same apartment complex as me. Anyways, I recently just started dating again for the first time since then due to a rough breakup. I ran into Fran's parents while out on a date with my girlfriend, who made it pretty clear they were uncomfortable that I was gay. Literally that night, I got a sudden text message saying they found a new nanny that worked better for their needs and that I wouldn't be welcome in their home again and not to contact them. I'm still pissed off, because we got along all fine until they realized I was a lesbian. Anyways, I went the next morning to question them in person since they live a floor up from me, and saw they had gotten the neighbor to babysit, who recognized me and invited me in. Edit. I didn't go in, and her parents were normally home during this time, so I expected to talk to them. Instead, Fran saw me from outside the door, so I kinda loosely said I wouldn't be seeing her for a while, but I cared for her very much. I felt that I couldn't just abandon this kid who I've been watching for years now without a reason. Anyways, her parents ended up banging on my door today and yelling me out, saying I went behind their back to manipulate their kid. Just wanted to hear what people say, because I guess I could have called first asking to see Franny one last time to clear things, but went over in person instead. Update. Well, things escalated quickly. I sent them a final email asking for my final paycheck and to apologize for showing up at their door. Not sure who, but someone chucked a couple dollars worth of spare change at my door upside down face. Thank God my lease is coming up. Time to start apartment hunting. Thanks for all the kind words, y'all. Hopefully Fran is all good. I don't think the parents would have let you say a last goodbye, and I think that is exceedingly sad. I am an older lady, and some neighbors who were nice to me, say 60 years ago, I still appreciate and think about occasionally. Kids do deserve closure and answers. The other neighbor invited you in and you said goodbye. Personally, I would say NTA. NTA. You went to talk to the parents who you didn't know weren't gonna be there. Fran saw you before you walked away, and what people expect you to ignore a kid you nanny for years. Loudly crying. NTA. Literally the only reason they're doing this can be discriminatory. They'd rather have their kid deal with possession feelings of abandonment than let a LGBTQ person around their kid. NTA. Also, if there was a contract or they owe money, demand it. They cannot fire you for sexual orientation. NTA. Parents, on the other hand, are the a-holes. You did nothing wrong. They made it clear that they didn't want any more contact. It is painful not being able to say goodbye to someone you cared for 3 years. And it is totally understandable that you'd want to say goodbye to the kid. And I'm sorry you gotta deal with such bigoted folks. Hope you find more open-minded people. NTA. While I don't think it was entirely the wisest thing to go to their apartment after they specifically said you are not welcome, that kid needed some closure. You were a big part of their life for the past 3 years, and to suddenly disappear would give them trust issues. You explained to her that you would be going away, that you still care about her, and you didn't put blame on the parents. You are NTA, and I'm so sorry this happened. Her parents do not seem well adjusted, so it is probably better to steer clear of the family, which you seem to plan on doing. They're assholes, and you did not deserve to be treated this way. Editing to add. Sounds like their daughter is sad you won't be babysitting. Pretty pathetic. They put their own hatred of others over the love they have for their child. It's weird of them to blame you for manipulating her when this was a really sudden change for her. And that's usually going to be very upsetting to kids. I developed issues as a kid from never going to say some really important goodbyes. My parents were trying to shelter me, but it did a lot of damage. So in the long run, what you did was maybe better for her, even if her parents are mad. I get why others are saying ESH after they ask you not to show up. But this is why I think you're not the asshole. NTA. They live a floor up. You were going to see them at some point, even though they told you not to contact them. A response to abrupt termination of employment like that is a conversation, as you said. You wanted to talk to the parents and expected them to be there. Morally, because they've likely lied to the kid, I think you absolutely had the right to say goodbye and let the kid know that you cared and did not just abandon Hera for her mental health. And because their defamation of you could hurt your reputation with that child and even for possible future work, even if you were fired for cause. Unless it was harming the child, it seems inherently reasonable that you get to deliver this message. The parents already hated you, apparently because they're bigots. So you can now go on with your life, greeting the child warmly with a smile if you ever see her. NTA. You live one floor below them and they thought they could tell an 8-year-old that you just disappeared? They were kidding themselves about that. Plus they were deprioritizing their daughter's feelings over their own homophobia, so no. NTA. I think you did just the right thing and now they're reaping what they sowed. INTA. You didn't go inside or say anything uncouth. PPL are saying you're wrong for attempting to contact them against their wishes, but it's so rude to fire you and expect you to not say a single word back. Why is it more important that they are respected instead of you?
There is no hate like Christian love.
NTA. You went to talk the issue through with them, but they weren't there. Kid happened to see you and you told them goodbye. Pretty straight up reasonable. You also could literally run into them on any day in the building you both live in. You did nothing sneaky or nefarious. I bet they were going to tell Fran that you quit and didn't want to see her anymore, so they could take the good guy role when she gets upset. And they're just full on off for being homophobic chumps. NTA. You live in the same apartment complex. Did they actually think you'd never bump into them again? NTA. I was this kid. My nanny asked for a raise. And not only was she denied, she was immediately fired and told she wasn't needed. She was actively prevented from saying goodbye to me. It absolutely wrecked me as a kid. I blamed myself, since I didn't know why she was gone. Fran deserved a goodbye. What are they going to do when they see you, with child in tow, in the hallway or elsewhere? Expect you to ignore the child? Will they run and hide? I feel bad for their daughter. You did nothing wrong, but they did. They don't have free license to yell at you. Period. Literally that night, I got a sudden text message saying they found a new nanny that worked better for their needs and that I wouldn't be welcome in their home again and not to contact them. My reply would have been, wow, just say you're homophobic. Don't make excuses. I hope your kid turns out better than you. Fuck those people. NTA. It's against the law in most states to fire you for your sexual orientation. You should sue. Also, kids should be allowed to get a goodbye. Shit parents. NTA. Shame on Franny's homophobic parents though for torpedoing yours and Franny's working relationship because they don't like the gays. You said your last goodbyes in a very dignified manner. I feel which is more than what the parents actually deserve. Hell to the yeah, they deserve to be exposed as homophobes.
If you enjoyed this video, Please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.